Genius. I'm back. You know, we have to deprogram ourselves when we get on this path, whether we get into the river, whether we have to sit down and figure out this whole meditation thing, this yoga thing, law of attraction, manifestation. I think one of the reasons why it makes us so silent is because people are not going to understand you. They're going to worry about you because they don't think you're humble anymore. They're going to think you're becoming selfish because they don't understand that self is all there is. How can you not be selfish when self is all there is? They want you to be humble, grind, work hard, determination. Do you know why so many people are frustrated? They keep explaining to people that nobody understands how hard they work. If you find yourself in that position, imagine that for a second. You keep explaining to people that you work so hard. You keep explaining to people that you deserve that. You deserve a better relationship because you're such a good person, because of X, Y, Z reasons. I do this for people. Don't they understand? I fed a puppy outside yesterday. I'm such a good person. I worked 12 hours yesterday. Nobody sees that. Nobody appreciates that. And you get into this frustration mood. The divine's always watching. The higher self is always looking. The quantum is always observing and listening. And the moment you get frustrated, angry, because nobody gets you, nobody appreciates you, you're asking the quantum, can you give me more circumstances in life? Surprise me, by the way. Don't let me see it coming. Where I can get more frustration, get more people to not get me, take me for granted. What you don't realize is that feeling is all there is. How many steps are there in manifestation? You ask, right? The analytical mind comes up with what you want to experience, and then you must let go. You ask, you let go, you receive. Now, between these three steps, there are things that you should be doing to maintain your state of being, your desired future state of being. Keep drumming that into you guys. Imagine this. If you come up with what you want and you start to think about why you want it. I want my house so that my family and I can have more space, we can have a pool, we can have barbecue area, we can invite friends and family and neighbors, and we can cherish this life, this experience, and we will feel good because we want to enjoy life. Why else are we here? Do you think we were just dropped on earth so we can work for 45 years and then sign into a nursing home and die? What? Fight wars? Somebody asked a Brahmin one day, which is tougher, life or death? And he said, life, of course, because you have to endure so much evil. Death is liberation. Sadhguru once said, everybody gets enlightened when they die. The challenge is overcoming your mind so you can enjoy the enlightenment here on earth. This game that you have picked, this character that you have chosen. So imagine this. Let's say I picture my new life and I start my meditations from my ranch where I grow my veggies and my food, and I have a nice pool and a lake behind me where I fish. And I have my favorite vehicle, my favorite furniture, I have my favorite Japanese, one of those hot tubs that I'm not going to explain it. Just things that I want to experience, right? Because matter is not real. It's all hologram, right? So if we're going to play games, why should I hold back? Is that going to make me not humble? Am I too greedy? Am I too this, that? No. You just enjoy things because the more you do this work, the more kind you become, the more patient you become, and the more generous you become. You can't help but to help other people. For example, this work is all I want to do. Do I look more serious with my glasses on? Do I look like a professor? I get so many strange feedbacks on me wearing glasses. Um, so let's say I have my things that I want, experiences I want, right? Meet certain kind of people, certain kind of like-minded people, my community to thrive. And you know what I wish for, or what I strive for, is to reach people that are hurting and they're looking for a community like this so they can stop feeling a certain way. Some people in my community have a pretty good life, but they felt lonely. They felt like they don't connect with people outside. So they wanted to look for a tribe. And I'm doing everything I can to reach those people, bring them in. Kind of like there was this lady in India, young girl. I don't know if she was 23, something like that. She was suicidal. She graduated from a college. She has parents, she has family, but she was suicidal because of this lack of meaning in her life. She found us. She's happy. I used to call her regularly. I don't anymore, but she's doing the work. She's very happy. The last couple of phone calls I've had with her, the last exchanges I've had with her, she was so giddy. She was so happy. She couldn't believe the things she was experiencing, this random joy. She has unlocked something in her. Here's a challenge. Imagine just pretend I'm right for 7 days, right? And once you have clarity on what you want to experience, abundance, health, friendships, relationships, for next 7 days, play a game with yourself. Look for clues around you in the world. Anytime you see something that you can see having in your life that is yours, just tell yourself, that's what I was talking about. Yes, that's it. Hey, there it is. Yeah, that's it. You know, you see a car that you would like to experience in this lifetime, in this hologram. You see that and be like, that's it, but I'll take it in red instead. Yes, please. And you just keep doing that. You'll realize that you'll start smiling, you'll start laughing randomly, and you'll start to feel different in your heart. Your energies will change. You will literally change the energy in your field. And when you change the energy in your field, you change the hologram, you change the matter. You are the creator of everything you have ever experienced, everything you feel. And when you start to play that game with yourself, your subconscious mind is getting convinced of how thoughts turn into things. Your subconscious mind will start to think that, oh, I attracted this car to drive by me so I could connect with it and validate. Yes, but not, I don't want that color. I would rather have the other color, whatever color you pick. So you start to play this game with yourself. So now you're having thoughts that are turning into words, that are turning into feelings. And when you stay in that state of feeling, your new state of being, you don't have time to judge anymore. You don't have time to talk about things to people. You're too happy being you. You are too busy being this version of you that is a co-creator with the Lord, with the higher self, with the divine. So you and your higher self are now doing this game. Higher self is watching you because you're emitting a light. And at the same time, you are seeing these things that are driving by you, that are coming up to you. Imagine somebody just walks by you, smiles and say, "How's your day going?" Yesterday, I was sending a voice message to a friend of mine, and as soon as I started recording, there was a man, he's like, "Hey man, how's your day going?" He was, and his tone was so convincing, like he cared. He wanted to know how my day was going. I was like, "I'm blessed beyond my imagination. How's your day going?" He's like, "Just hanging in there, man. Just hanging in there." He actually just stopped. I was in the parking lot. And I'm like, I felt sadness from him. I can feel people. I don't know how, but I do. I just felt this sadness in him. So I took a few steps towards him, gave him a fist bump, and I said, "Well, you keep hanging in there then." I mean, we were in the parking lot. I was already sending a message. I was busy, but I saw, I cannot translate what I felt from him. I cannot translate what that bond was. It was a 2-second bond with this man. And it made a big difference on me. I felt satisfied at the end when he smiled right before I walked away. There was a connection there. There was just this energetic connection of, "I understand, bro. I understand. Just keep hanging in there." You can only show people what greatness looks like, what being a creator looks like, by you blooming. I couldn't start preaching him in the parking lot. "Oh, life sucks. Are you doing the work? Are you doing the work? Are you doing the breath work? Are you doing the one that I like? Are you doing Dr. Joe's? Or are you doing someone else's breath? Which is it? Don't you give up on you." That would be strange, right? But instead, you can become the person in your state, city, community, in your family, whose energies can bless them. You know, when we do the walk for the world, and during the walk for the world, and around the time of the walk for the world, crime across the world goes down. People getting into hospital emergencies across the world go down. Now, those are the metrics we can quantify. We can measure these things, right? How much crime happens per day, and then how does that get affected when we do walk for the world? So you doing this work, are you making the world more peaceful? You're making the world more kind. You're making the world more patient. You're making the world more generous. What you're doing by doing this work is nothing less of a miracle. Now, there is no such thing as a miracle. We are creators. We can make anything happen collectively. But sometimes it's a little bit difficult because imagine that you are around a whole bunch of family members. Now, everyone is a projector, right? Now, everyone is projecting to create this collective hologram. So even if you close your eyes and become nothing, they are still, the collective energy is still affecting things. This is why this is why the scientists figured out that the square root of 1% of the people, if they become self-realized, if they find true peace within them, when they become self-realized enough to self-actualize and become the creators, they start to create a shift in the world, in the state, in the province, in the city, in the county. in your community. That's how powerful you are. Stay in the feeling. You ask, you let go, and then you maintain the state of being by having those feelings, and you stay aware and conscious of the world around you. And anytime you see the slightest hint towards your desired reality that you want to experience, just tell yourself, there it is. Yep, I'll take that. And then you just move on. You just move on. You just move on. And then you just keep doing that. And let's say you're sick and you have this small window where you feel really good, right? You don't feel the pain. Now imagine in that window when you feel good. Imagine you get a full night of sleep when you haven't been able to get a full night of sleep, and you wake up in the morning and you're surprised. Don't just brush it off. Remind yourself, oh, this is what I was talking about. This is it. Yep, I'll take this. I'll take more of this. Why? Because it feels good. The universe cares about why you want what you want. And it doesn't matter if you don't know how to explain it. Just say, I want it because I'm going to feel good. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy that reality if I'm healed, if I'm abundant, if I'm able to be more generous, if I'm able to help people. All of that. But most of the time, people are stuck into frustration, explaining to people, I work so hard, nobody noticed. I texted this guy 17 pictures of mine. He didn't even reply. He didn't even say I look nice. Jeez. All these expectations that are happening. Why can't you just do things for the sake of doing things? Why can't you just give for the sake of giving? Why can't you just love for the sake of loving? The love we give away is the only love we get to keep anyway. Stop holding yourself back. Stop dropping your vibrations with having these strange expectations. Just do something. Be happy about it. Let go. Come back to the present moment. Continue the game. If you see something else that is nice, that is somewhat aligned with the realities you want to experience, just point at it and be like, that's it. I'll take that. Thank you. Thank you. What is gratitude, if not that, what I just described? Gratitude is the ultimate state of receiving. And when you play this game with yourself, when you're out there, you are constantly becoming, the refractory period of you being in gratitude is increasing. You are more into the state of being of receivership. And you have these feelings towards the things that you are seeing and pointing at. And now your higher self will drive you, inspire you to take certain actions to then get what you want. This life doesn't have to be a grind. You have to sacrifice to get what you want. No. You have to work hard to get what you want. No. This sounds contradictory. Oh, I don't have to work hard and be successful and be yes. Yes. Have you ever seen people that work all the time and they're laughing all the time? They're happy all the time. They're so content with what they have. They're so passionate about their mission that they don't even feel like they're working. Yet they're so busy. That is where you want to be. Anything else is you going against your nature. Anything else, you're going against the law of water, becoming water. You can effortlessly design your life to be just the way you want. Everything that you already have in life is because of you attracted it, you created it, you did it. If you can create lack, why can't you create abundance? You know, what does Abraham Hicks says? It takes just as much of an effort to manifest $1 million as it does to manifest a button. Now, you guys might have seen walking around a button on the floor, a penny on the floor. Apparently, manifesting $1 million takes just as much of an effort as you running into a penny. When you run into a penny in life, on the road somewhere, do you think it just showed up there in your hologram? No, you created it. You are the creator of everything that happens in your life. A piece of dirt, a piece of sand, a piece of rock, a chipped corner of the table that you just walked by, that chipped corner, everything was created by you. Everything. So do you see how much of your creation is subconscious? Do you see how much of unprogramming you need to do so that you can reprogram yourself into things where those random things that you rather would not see stop appearing there? Stay conscious. You have a lot of unprogramming to do. And as you unprogram yourself and you create new programs within you, you will start to see little clues and things around you. So when you ask and then you get rid of that, and then you get into the feeling of why, and then as you're playing the game of why, you start to look for the tiniest clues that would hint towards your desired reality you want to experience, your new desired state of being, and you point at it. You just, for a moment, you just enjoy it and you just give thanks for it, as if the universe is giving you a clue. Are you sure? How about that in your new reality? How about that in your new reality? How about a person that looks like that in your new reality? How about a chair, office chair that looks like that in your new reality? How about that candle? Look at how nice it smells. How about that in your new home? How about those flowers in your new home? Anything. When you have this moment of this perfect health and you're like, and you observe it because you're conscious of it now, and you tell yourself, and the universe is basically hinting you, how about this type of a health in your new reality? That second, a minute, that 1 hour that you felt good, that one night's sleep that you got, don't let it pass by you. Hold on to it. Close your eyes immediately and say, yes, 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 thank you. Yes, I'll take this the way I'm feeling. Great. What are you doing at that point? You are playing the game of getting to the highest state of being that you can currently conceive. And the closer you get to that ceiling, the more that ceiling will rise, uncovering truth at a higher and higher frequency. And it will uncover the truth for you to see new things and new possibilities, because how many possibilities are there? Infinite. And the higher you go into your existing conceivable state of being, the higher the ceiling will go and the more possibilities you will see. And this game you can play until you get to the source, all the way into the Christ consciousness, where you can do whatever you want, literally whatever you want. You can disappear in one room and reappear in the other room. You can just do that and literally travel to the Himalayas if you want. It's possible. I know it sounds crazy. But I'm saying it on YouTube anyway. People have done that. The Babajis, the shamans, the yogis. This is not new news. This information is older than Jesus. What do they call it? They call Buddha the first scientist, right? So keep going up and up into your existing conceivable state of being, of what you can go towards, by playing this game of pointing things out and giving gratitude and appreciation for it. And the higher the truth will start to uncover, the more possibilities you will start to see. And the more you can point at what you want to, the more opportunities you can pick to see what you want to experience in your reality. This is only going to become more and more exciting. And remember, when you start this work, the highest resistance, the more frustration, all of that pain is right at the beginning. When you jump into the river, when you're crossing the river, which is it? When you sit down and you close your eyes, and that discomfort, because your body is not used to sitting down. Your body is too used to being your boss. And now you're taking the reins in your hand because you want to be the creator again. You want to be the boss again. You don't want to be running on autopilot anymore. And that alone is painful. Once that horse gives in to you, surrenders, when you figure that out, after that, do whatever you want. Yeah.